What's up, Hellraisers? Welcome back to another video, and I know it's been 2 months since my last review. I needed a break from doing this kind of stuff because, like I said in some of my other videos, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to keep on doing it. So, I'm officially back 4 times. So, here's how the schedule is going to work. Every Saturday, at least once a week, I'll be dropping a video. That's every Saturday. If I don't drop a video on the next upcoming Saturday, I'll definitely be dropping one this Saturday after. So this is pretty much how this is gonna be. You might notice my hair is a little bit different. I had to get my dreads cut off because there was a lot of stuff wrong with him. They did not fully lock to my hair when my sister tried to retwist them on my birthday. But anyway, I'm back, so no one cares about that. So, the movie I will be reviewing for you today is The Matrix 2, which is called The Matrix Reloaded. This is one of those movies that I never really enjoyed watching. And don't be surprised if there's really, everything about this movie is just completely bad. So, without any further ado, let's review The Matrix Reloaded. I hear as a story. The Matrix Reloaded tells a story about Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus find themselves fighting against the machine that is basically trying to take over humanity, and they have to go against the machine to stop the machine from taking over the Matrix. This is one of those movies right here that I do not always go back to rewatch. I had to go back and rewatch this film again before I do this review because I wanted to make sure that everything I'm about to read to you right here is exactly what I want to say. And honestly, my opinion still stands. So starting right out the gate with the folk pro. The folk pro of this movie, honestly, will have to be the way this movie opened up. This movie opened up with a lot of shit happening. It's a badass opening. And right at that opening, it literally puts you on the edge of your seat and it indicates what this movie is gonna be about. But that's the problem where the movie falls apart. We'll talk more about that in the cons. Second pro for this movie will honestly have to be what I said in my first review. The green filter. The green filter that they use, oh my goodness, I love that green filter. It stands out. It helped this movie stand out. However, there is a certain part where they don't always utilize that green filter as much as they should have, like they did in the first film. Right here, they used it, but it was a little less. Like everything felt bright, like it looked bright, excuse me. And to me, it was a little distracting. So that's where the pros stand. Moving on into the cons, this movie got a lot of fucking problems. This movie right here is definitely a type of movie that they was like, go big or go home. And boy, didn't they go home. They sucked with this movie. The first thing you would notice, this movie has some terrible CGI. And what I mean by terrible CGI, it looked horrible. The CGI looked so fucking bad to the point where it's distracting from what you've seen come before that CGI, and it's distracting for what comes after the CGI. Specifically, the playground scene when Neo was fighting a whole bunch of Agent Smith. And, that does not age very well for me. Looking back at that now, especially with ultra high definition and high definition as of a whole, that shit looked like a fucking video game gone wrong. Another con for me is that this movie felt boring. Seriously, it felt so boring. Nothing they were going for in this movie did not help move the plot at all. The plot just stayed where it at. Like literally, they would talk about something and then the movie goes nowhere. Neo was pretty much doing the same thing he was doing in the first movie, but they try to up their game a little bit, but like I said, the CGI is what overshadowed it. And another con for me is that the plot. The plot itself felt lazy. It felt like the writer didn't know what they wanted to go for. They didn't know what they quite wanted. They knew they wanted a Matrix 2, but they were like, oh, let's just make it about some fucking machines. But it didn't really work. It just like, it fell apart. Literally, the entire movie falls apart. With that is that the movie knew that it was dragging on for so long. The movie knows that it was boring. It knew that right from the start. And as the movie fucking progressed, it gets worse every time you watch. Literally, I was falling asleep rewatching this movie for this review. And honestly, I'm like, oh my god, this movie is just that boring. So I had to go back because I fell asleep on it, and I had to go back and watch that specific part for the review. When a movie forces you to watch it, which is never a good thing. I said in my pro that the opening was the best part of the movie. Well, right here in the con is where I'm going to continue that at, is that the movie opens up with Trinity fighting, basically. But that's the last shot in the movie. Spoiler. That's the last shot in the movie. Why would you do that? You know, I hate when movies put the ending in the beginning. That makes absolutely zero sense. Stop. I wish people stop doing that in their movie. You are messing with the audience head when you do that. To me, that's like lazy writing. That's just trying to hook somebody in the wrong way possible. You shouldn't do that. Like I said, it's lazy. It's terrible. Another con for me would have to be, so the same stunt that Trinity did to Neo in the first movie when she kicked him, and then he came back to life, right? So in this movie, they tried to do the same iconic scene, but the opposite way around. So Trinity gets shot with a bullet as she was jumping off the building, and she turned around and started shooting at Agent Smith. Agent Smith jumping down, shooting her. And so Neo saves her, All of a sudden, he removed the bullet from her, and then she comes back to life. So they pretty much rehashed the same iconic scene from the first movie and did it here, but they just dropped the gender. Stop. That is dumb. It gets worse. Another con to go along with that, it was all a dream. It was just a surprise for the audience, for the viewer. Shock value. Shock value is the easiest way to do things nowadays. Overall thoughts about this film, like I said, it is not the best of the franchise. It is not the greatest of the franchise. It definitely has its flaws, and it definitely has its pros. But there is definitely more of the flaws here than it is with the pros. The movie doesn't know what the first movie did. And even if they do know what they did, they just took a couple of little elements and then drop it all in this movie, but swap genders around. It's just completely dumb. Like, it feels a waste of time. I feel like the movie would have been better off not being made at all. Overall, like I said, The Matrix Reloaded, it's not a good movie. I do not like it. There are probably people out there who enjoy this movie, but me, I do not like it. My grade for this movie will have to be a D-. A D- is the best way to describe how horrible this movie is. It is absolutely boring. It will put me to sleep every time I rewatch it, which I never will rewatch it. If you decide to watch it, I would not watch it because you'll definitely fall asleep. Just watch the first movie. It's a whole lot better than this crap here. But this is my thought, my own opinion on the movie. And I really do miss you guys, and I am officially back. HELLRAISERS, I am back. Remember what I said, every Saturday, I will be dropping a new movie review for you. If not every Saturday, every other Saturday, you will have yourself a new video to watch. So out there, if you are new around here, my name is Tevin Johnson. I love horror movies. And if you want to join this ride with me and become a subscriber, my HELLRAISER, all you gotta do is drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that damn bell notification. And as I say in all my other videos, keep a beautiful smile on your face, stay positive, and I catch you HELLRAISERS in the next video. Peace.